Talk about the same thing.
Oh my goodness. Hi there.
We know.
And go. Okay.
I think we're good.
This is we will call the LaGrange County Plan Commission special meeting, October 14th, 2025, to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Kevin,
Here.
Ethan,
Here.
John,
Here.
Paul,
Here.
and Tyler,
Here.
Did you say me?
and Lynn.
Okay. I'm here. I'm hiding. I can't, I'm short, so I can't be seen over the screen.
Sorry, Lynn.
Sorry. There will be invitation for public comment on this non-public hearing item that we're seeing here today. And we, under new business, we have a site plan.
Correct. So it's for Big Picture Real Estate LLC, we're in Milford Township, section 29, Township 36 North, range 11 East, is zoned B3. Located at 7955 East, 700 South Wolcott. Application is for proposed 108 by 170 addition and an 80 by 150 pole barn for cold storage for an existing business. Here's our site plan. As you can see, this is the proposed addition here and cold storage building to the north. And one to the south, cold storage to the north. Do I have a representative?
Do you want me to know?
I do.
Josh Willash, Midwest Land Surveying, 125 East Albion Street, Villa, Indiana. Thank you for the special meeting tonight. This will help speed up the process of getting this project started before it gets too cold. And so we appreciate you guys having this, taking the time out for the special meeting, really do. And so some of the, we went through tech review, had some comments. And we addressed most of those comments. I think that one of the comments that Robbie had was, we were here a couple of years ago with the site plan, and we wanted some screening along State Road 3. There was a privacy fence proposed along that section there to block that outdoor storage in the back. And so that was not put in. So what we're doing, proposing now, there's existing semi-trailer and some storage and some pallets out there on a concrete pad. And what we're going to do now is just, instead of putting that fencing by the road, we think it's going to look better around the existing concrete pad, just kind of like screening that area at that location. Because to be honest with you, it looks really great. It's a nice mowed lawn out front, and it'd be kind of weird to have a privacy fence out there. So what we're proposing now is just put screening around the storage area and not out towards the road. Couple other things Robbie had asked to address. Wetlands. If you look at the structure to the north, it's going to be the cold storage structure. There's an existing retention pond on that property. And what was brought up was, is that wetland. So we hired Jennifer Manning to delineate that. She's coming out next week to delineate that wetlands for us and possibly eliminate that wetlands. What we'd like to do right now, that's called a retention pond that holds water because there's no outlet. The county surveyor is proposing a new 36-inch line along County Road 700 South, which causes all kinds of probabilities of us being able to connect to that and drain our property. So what we want to do is turn that retention pond into a detention pond where during a rain event, it's wet, but it'll drain once we release that water to the drain out to the new proposed tile. That's why we hired Jennifer Manning. That's our goal, is to reshape that back area, turn that into a detention pond and not hold water only during rain events, and then drain it out to the county regulated drain that Zach's going to put in. And once we do that, we can actually fill in that area of that wetland once we drain it. because you can see that the proposed structure is in the edge or a little bit into that pond to meet current setbacks for the county. So that addresses the wetland question. And of course, we won't be doing anything with that structure until we have approval from IDEM to do anything with that wetland. So I guess what I'm saying is if that doesn't get approved, we're not going to put a storage. We just can't do it unless we come back in for BZA approval for setbacks and variances. I think we could do it then. Okay, one of the other things that was listed was that Robbie had a question about, we have some new concrete from the last project. We also have stone areas on the remaining of the project. We're proposing concrete now on that covered surface to meet the UDO requirement for hard surface on that particular type of zoning. The one place we did not put the concrete was on the entrance going back. It is a shared driveway of J.L. Morey. And talking with Robbie this afternoon, she said it would be okay if we didn't concrete that area just because it wouldn't be a shared cost, you know. So we're proposing everything else to be hard surface except for that main entrance coming in. It will still remain stone. There is a concrete approach at the driveway at County Road 700 South, which will still eliminate debris being running on and off the county road. So we're still good there. I think that takes care of some of, let me cover one more thing from Robbie before we go to Theron's comments. Lighting, she asked there's a lighting plan. There is an existing light pole at the corner of the stone parking area now. Talking with the contractor, Levi Deem, who's here tonight, he talked about putting lights on the structure itself for a lighting plan. So we're not proposing any new light poles, but we are proposing lighting on the buildings.
Soffit lights,
Hmm?
like under roof lights.
Like a shoebox light mounts on the side of the.
Oh,
wall.
yeah, okay.
Probably the best lighting instead of the soffit lighting.
And I think that takes care of Robbie's comments that she had. And we did my best to take care of Theron's, which she was concerned about site distance. So I made a note on the site plan to meet those requirements that Theron had. One of it was site distance from the driveway each way, which it's a fairly flat piece of property through there. We have 350 foot of site distance to the east and well over 500 to the west. So we have plenty of site distance. There used to be an existing driveway really close to the intersection. At our last site plan review, that was asked to be closed, and we did close that. And you can see that it's been closed, and I think that's a good situation. We do have NDOT approval. I sent that to Robbie because from the last project, we created an entrance and exit off of State Road 3 there. And I sent Robbie that saying that it did meet the NDOT requirements. So we do have two driveways on the property, one on 700 South and one on State Road 3. Theron had asked that I clarify the site plan setbacks. The setbacks were on, but they weren't labeled. So the site plan does show the labels for the building setbacks now. So there's a line plus a number there representing what that line represents. So we did clarify the setbacks. And all the structures that we're proposing tonight do meet the new UDO requirements for setbacks. So I think the contractor is here tonight and the landowner for the business is here tonight as well. So if there's any questions that you have for them, we could clarify anything with them. And if there's anything with the site, I can probably address those issues as well.
Shared drive, 700 South, correct?
Yes,
That's cement or not cement?
that is not cement. There's a cement concrete entrance
Okay.
apron.
There is an apron.
Yes, but once you get back, it's stone.
Okay. And And then everything else that's what has been stone in the past is going to be concrete.
Correct.
So when does Zach foresee this new tile going in?
I talked with Zach. Zach had talked to me about this fall, possibly putting that drain in. I did talk with Zach today because that was one of Robbie's questions. What about drainage board approval? So I called Zach this afternoon. He did get a hold of me and called me back, and he said that that won't need to go to drainage board because it's connection. It's just an application in his office. So what we would do is we'll fill out the application, pay the $100 and connect to his drain. Now, before that drain is constructed, we do have an outlet proposed for that drain. There's an existing low spot there. There's actually like a 30-inch culvert underneath State Road 3 there. And if you drive by the property, there's pretty 3 or 4 foot, 5 foot deep hole, and it just basically drains into the roadside ditch. What we're planning, if we get our detention basin completed prior to his tile project, we're just going to release into that hole that will flow into the ditch. And when we release that water, it's going to be through an orifice. We have a 12-inch pipe proposed, but in that tolerizer, we're putting an orifice. We're going to shrink it down to a 3-inch orifice. And then what basically that will do, that will retain the roof water from the proposed addition into that detention basin, and then release it and trickle it out at a slower rate into the roadside ditch. Now, once Zach proceeds with the tile project, we're going to propose a manhole. He's going to put a manhole there for us at that location, and then we're going to tap into it.
So will that affect your detention in the northwest corner of the property then?
No, what we're proposing, if we're allowed to eliminate that retention pond, turn it into a detention pond, we got a tile proposed that bypasses all that and goes right into that tile, that existing manhole. There's some moving parts here, but we'll do what we're allowed to do.
Will that be installed before you pour the concrete?
At that, yeah, it would have to be, yes. Yeah.
Because you'd have to install that.
Correct.
Before you know whether or not you can use it.
Yeah, if you look right over, yeah, it's crossing that proposed concrete area and it's going along the edge. Yeah, and I think Jennifer Manning, I talked with her this afternoon. She'll be out next week on this project and another project that we're working on.
Have you guys had any problems with the intersection on 700 South 3? Have you tried to get the state to do anything?
Absolutely.
Have you got any response from them?
No. Have you?
I don't know that, I have not contacted them, but I wish they would.
That'd be wonderful.
I
I'd love
know.
to donate some property to let them widen that
I
intersection.
know, right?
For any amount of safety concerns that anybody has, that's one of my big ones. Cross that intersection every day. I've been sitting at my desk and watched 2 local farmers crash semis, and one of them not their fault, and tried to get it blamed on the person. If I wasn't sitting at my desk, he would have had a pretty big lawsuit in his hands. So luckily my desk stares straight at it. So, and the problem is people, they can't see, so they pull up even further and further and further. So then you can't make the turn. Between that and-
Excuse me. It was hit this fall by a semi trailer.
Yeah,
It's that, even as semi, it's even worse because it's pine trees.
Absolutely.
Right on that corner.
between those pine trees there and the trees pulling out of Dollar General, I mean, you cannot see going south. So we are more than happy to help with that situation. however we
Well,
can.
I know it's beyond your control, but I was just wondering if you.
No, we did. We talked to them about it when they were out there.
We've had that conversation.
I think Zach has had some conversations with them, and that's why that tile project was being proposed, because they talked about putting a new culvert underneath 3 there, and that's what sparked that tile project for Zach.
Well, it'd be nice if they did something before the county invested a bunch of money into 700 South.
Yeah.
And messed it all up after the fact. I want to commend you guys on your business. It was exciting when you expanded a couple years ago. It's very neat. I drive past it every day. It's clean all the time. There's never any problems with that north driveway. I was a little nervous about it when you guys installed it, but it's always open, clean. Lakeside, or, was it the Lake Country does your yard. I see him mowing out there all the time. It's beautiful. I like the idea of not putting a fence out in the middle of everything. You can keep it clean and nice.
Yeah, thank you, and I will comment on that portion. We weren't trying to negate the fence in any way, shape, or form. There was actually a county representative who came out and was there and walked the site, and there were multiple people who had this conversation, not just myself, but looked at it and said, well, if you put a fence up, we could see over from the road, so I don't think there's any point to put the fence up. Now, should I have maybe escalated that further and been more inquisitive if we should or should not? Maybe, yes. I didn't, but that was communication that I had with someone who, I'll say they are not in this room, but they were at one point a county employee.
Yeah, and I can accept responsibility for that site plan error, putting a fence out there, because that was something that it was a solution we came up with. Hey, let's put a fence here. So, and after going back 2 years later, it does look way better not being
Well,
out there.
maintained property looks better than a fence in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
But, I think that's the reason we put up fences is to hide an unmaintained property. And I don't see any reason to hide your guys' property. It's nice to keep it. I was gonna go on that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Is there any public comment on this non-public hearing item this evening? Anybody else have questions, concerns?
Other than the fact that the northeast building is contingent on how the wetlands delineated, I make a motion to approve the site plan as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Let's go ahead and vote.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Ethan,
Yes.
Shannon,
I'm here. Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
and John.
Yes.
Your site plan has approved a contingent on what happens with the wetland delineation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you again for the special meeting. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Make a motion to, but no communication, no committee reports, no other business, no, okay. A motion to adjourn? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We will re-adjourn for the regular planning commission meeting in about 14 minutes. It is.
It's nice. All the time. All the time.